Coaches, flat and fast is a term that you're going to hear me reference many times when we talk about blocking the rocket sweep or running the ball itself. Basically, what we mean by that is whether you are the front side tackle, front side guard, the slot that's lead blocking, a tailback that's lead blocking out of the backfield, the ball carrier that's carrying the ball. We want everything to be flat and fast to the sideline. We don't want blockers cutting up early. We don't want the ball carrier turning up early, and we'll explain our landmarks for that. But we want everything to release flat and fast down the line of scrimmage and then climb once we get out into space. So our first play right here, first player is our front side tackle. So he's going to pull around this 5 technique right here. And our play side tackle is going to do what we call P2P. That's pull to pipe. And what we mean by the pipe is basically a 4-yard wide tube from end zone to end zone where we want to get vertical in that pipe and then look back inside. Now, sometimes you're going to see players that kind of, they're going to kind of stream out this way a little bit too far, looking for someone to block. But really, ideally, we want them to rip around this 5 technique, flat and fast again, get vertical, and then look back inside for inside-out pursuit. So that's our play side tackle. Our play side guard, he's also P2P, and he's going to R2E. That means reach to engage. So he's going to be a little more out in space here, and he's looking to reach someone, trying to find someone to engage with. And sometimes for a tackle or a guard, that's just basically bumping shoulders with someone just to slow them down a little bit because our ball carrier is going full speed, and that's typically enough that we need to do. So here's what it looks like right here. We're going to run our rocket sweep to the left. And you can see our front side tackle and front side guard, they are ripping and running around this player right here. They don't even touch him. And the speed and the width of the pitch gets us out in space right there. Next one right here, you're going to see this front side tackle on this defensive end. Notice right here that we aren't even trying to form up. We're just running along with him. And we coach our players that if the defensive end is just ripping and running to the sideline, don't even try to slow down to block him. Just keep running along with him. So that's perfect technique right there for us. Another one right here down by the goal line. First of all, you can see the effect of our no huddle right here. You can see they're just getting set as we are snapping the football right here. Our front side guard and tackle are going to pull in unison right there. Outside step, front side play step, throw the shoulder, rip and run. And you're going to see our guard doesn't do a lot right here, but it's very effective. He's just trying to get in the way and slow someone down a little bit right there. Another one right here into the sideline towards the tight end. Our front side tackle and guard do a great job of getting out front, and then notice our guard right there looking back inside. That's really what we want the tackle to do, and then the guard to overlap him. For some reason, the tackle ran by the linebacker, but then our guard picked him up right there and did a great job for us. Our center, what we want him to do is to just reach the A-gap. We're not worried about anyone blitzing through to make a tackle in the backfield. That's impossible to happen with the rocket sweep because it hits so wide, so fast. But I just don't want my quarterback being rolled up on as he's turning sideways, looking to the sideline, making that pitch right there. So our center is just simply going to reach the A-gap. Our backside guard, he's going to pass set for a count, and then he's going to screen release. A couple things this does. If they are reading guards and they see pass set, we might get a pass drop from someone and slow down their pursuit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to screen release flat towards this opposite sideline right here. Our backside tackle, same thing. He's going to pass set for a count and then screen release flat, the opposite direction of the sweep. And then our tight end on the backside right here, same thing. He's going to pass set for a count, and then he's going to screen release, because what we're doing is we are setting up a backside screen here. And as we watch film, if they're not honoring this on the backside, we'll come back later in the game or later in the series and throw a backside screen. So here's film of it right here. Rocket sweep coming our direction. Okay, and you can see here's our screen release on the backside. Here's our guard tackle. Here's our tight end a little bit deeper. So we would see this and see they're not honoring the backside. So maybe a few plays later or in the next series, we're going to come back and run our screen on the backside there. So So, coaches, I wanted to lead in with this next chapter here, talking about how we block the front side of a couple common even fronts. So, remember the 5 technique. We are not going to block him. We're going to leave him alone. We're going to pull around him. So we're looking at blocking, obviously, our corner with a stock block. We might have a strong safety rotate down. We might have a will backer that's chasing from the box right here. So basically, by rule, remember, our slot, his rule is first man outside. So unless this will crosses his face just before the play starts, his rule, even though he might be, 8, 9, 10 yards deep, his rule is right there. We're going to release flat and fast, and then we're going to go seek out that strong safety right there. Our tailback now, remember, he's eyes flash to the perimeter, then he's looking for any sort of trash to pick up. Our tackle's hopefully going to outflank our will right here, but if we can't get to him, hopefully it slows him down enough, and then our tailback, his eyes are going to be back inside. That's what this dotted line is here, looking for any inside-out pursuit. So that's how we would handle a 4-3 with a safety rotating down. Next one will be a 4-4 or a 4-2-5 defense where they've got an overhang right here. Again, 5 technique, we're going to pull around him. Our play side slot, his rule is first man outside, so we are going to release flat and fast and try to get to the outside shoulder of this overhang right here. Now, just like I said before, if he cheats out and we can't reach him, we're going to use his momentum to keep contained against him, and we're going to drive him out right there. So guard and tackle, pull around the 5 technique, get vertical, play side slot, first man outside, flat and fast to the outside shoulder. Tailback, eyes flash to the outside. And then as you come around, eyes are coming back inside right here. We don't expect any safety rotation out of a single high safety set, though. Okay, coaches, those were 2 of the more common even fronts. Now we're going to talk about a few odd fronts that we might face. The first one is a 3-4 defense. So the 4 technique right here, it's going to make our job a little bit easier, releasing out right here. We're going to pull to the stovepipe flat and fast, try to get this mic here. Guard, same thing, try to get out in space. Our front side slot, his rule, first man outside. So situation like this, his first man outside is still this overhang. So flat and fast, get to the outside shoulder. Now, if the safety rotates down or whether he doesn't rotate down, whether he's just in pursuit. Now, our tailback, he's really going to be the one that picks up a strong safety coming down. So our eyes are going to flash to the perimeter. We're going to sprint flat and fast, get outside, eyes back inside in case there's some immediate trash, but then we're going to look to pick up a strong safety coming around the corner right there. Next one is a 3-3 stack defense. So less activity from the safeties right here because there's only a single high safety. 4 technique, we should be able to get around him with our guard and tackle. This overhang right here, our job right here is to pull flat and fast, get to his outside shoulder. Again, if we take any sort of 45-degree angle charge right here, we're not going to get him. You got to release flat and fast to get to his outside shoulder. And again, tailback, eyes flash outside, flat and fast, coming out, eyes come back inside, looking for any trash that we might have missed along the way. And then the last one right here is the 3-4 tight defense or the 3 safety defense that some teams are starting to run now. With a tight defense right here, it really makes our job easy to get out in space. So with a 4-eye right here, release out, get to the stovepipe, get that mic. Again, flat and fast to the outside shoulder. Tailback, you're hoofing it, trying to get out to that safety right there. Sometimes in a 3-4 defense, we're going to run an MDM, most dangerous man crack scheme. In that situation, we would pick up this safety right here if we were going to crack him. So those are how we handle some of the more common odd fronts. So that leads me into a very common drill that we do through the summer, through 2-a-days. We'll try to hit this once a week, once we know what kind of defensive scheme that we're going to hit. But in the summer, during camp, those types of things, we're going to throw all those different defenses out here when we do this drill right here. And this is just one of the several drills that will be in our drill tape